What's that?
What is it? Another EF5 tornado, I see. Should probably inform the public about this. Although I am surprised though, nothing like this has ever happened in 10 years. Good idea.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for the city of Colorado Springs. There is a confirmed tornado warning that is an EF5 on the tornado scale. This tornado is expected to have wind gusts that will travel at a speed of 256 miles per hour within 10 minutes of touching the ground. This tornado has the potential to horrifically terrorize the entire city and leave the city of Colorado Springs barren and dust. This tornado also may even kill hundreds depending on where it travels to. According to one of the National Weather Service executives, this tornado seems to be going on for a minimum of 5 hours and maximum of 28 hours. All residents of Colorado Springs are strongly advised to seek an underground shelter or stay low on the lowest floor of your local home. You guys should stock up on food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a cell phone, batteries, and a battery-powered radio for your shelter stay. Keep in mind that this tornado might be lasting until tomorrow, so you are just going to have to stay in your shelter and expect the worst. Stay tuned to local outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
A confirmed thunderstorm is coming to strike. Please do not go outside. I repeat, please do not go outside.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the city of Colorado Springs. There will be a severe thunderstorm followed by the tornado until tomorrow morning. Expect lots of loud lightning strikes that may have the potential to cause a power outage. Try not to use anything that runs water, as if a lightning strikes near your house, touching running water will electrocute you due to the amount of energy transferred by the thunder outside. If you go outside, you are putting your life in extreme danger as lightning strikes and tornadoes may come to attack you. If you are outdoors, run to the nearest underground shelter to avoid both the severe lightning and the tornado. Stock up on food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a cell phone, batteries, and a battery-powered radio for your shelter stay. This is expected to last for a full day as well as the EF5 tornado. It also could even last 2 days, if it's powerful enough. Stay tuned to local outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
good morning all residents of Colorado Springs. As some of you may know, there was a very large EF5 tornado with wind gusts of 227 miles per hour, which has not happened within 10 years. And a very severe thunderstorm has been followed with the tornado, which is expected to last for 2 days. And for the tornado, until tomorrow morning, which is not a typical tornado. This tornado has destroyed many homes, and people that were not inside of their homes were either killed or injured. So far, at least 1,000 people have died due to the storm and another 2,500 have been seriously injured. All of the people that were affected have been outdoors. So stay inside on the lowest floor of a sturdy building to reduce the chances of being harmed by the tornado. Lots of power lines have been damaged due to the tornado. Your chance of death if you go outside is 15%. Some people have even died for trying to stock up on supplies outside as well. So that shows how paramount staying indoors is. That's unfortunately all we have for today, ladies and gents. This is Paul, signing off.
Please keep in mind that we are transmitting this message with very low power. The National Weather Service has issued a shelter-in-place warning for the city of Colorado Springs. The thunderstorm has struck almost every power line in Colorado Springs, and all electricity is expected to completely deplete and cut off all electrical power devices any second now. Turn off all electricity-powered devices to save as much energy as possible, as it is scarce. Bring batteries and a battery-powered radio. Stay up to date on this dangerous
storm. It has been officially 7 hours since the storm has originated.
Stay indoors immediately.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Colorado Police Department. 911 system has been corrupted due to the storm that has been going on for the past 10 hours. This storm is also nothing like ever. This storm has caused many power outages all across Colorado. This storm has now spread it all throughout the entire state of Colorado. A storm like this has not happened within hundreds of years. Anyways, this basically means that you cannot call 911 at all for medical or protection. This is because a powerful lightning strike has struck the signal system for the 911 system. The signal has been completely fried, and no type of signal will be able to connect all the way through their signal wiring and to their very weak internet. Because of this, do not even bother attempting to get Wi-Fi at all. It will be just a waste of your time. Just listen to battery-powered devices to keep up to date within the current situation. Bring batteries to keep longer-lasting energy, to keep your battery-powered radio running. Stay tuned to local outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
This NOAA weather radio providing the residents of Colorado with news and information since 1970. There is an ongoing storm that is currently terrorizing the entire state of Colorado. There is a tornado that has wind gusts of 280 miles per hour and is currently ripping through many buildings and homes of Colorado and cutting off all power lines to deplete the electricity. There is also a severe thunderstorm that has wind gusts of 70 miles per hour. Anyone that has not sheltered in place has either been horribly injured or they died in a terrible way. Just around an hour ago, the 911 telephone system has been fried due to a powerful lightning bolt that struck the 911 signal system. This means calling 911 will not work no matter how much you attempt to call them. It is just a waste of time by even attempting to call them. Because of this, the Colorado Police Department and medical facilities have been shut down due to the dangerous conditions outside. You cannot receive treatment if you are injured. That's all the information we have for today. Please stay tuned to this radio station to not miss any future information about the storm.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The storm has officially spreaded outside of the state of Colorado. The following states will be experiencing very harsh weather conditions: Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, and Kansas. If you live in any of the states mentioned, you are strongly advised to seek an underground shelter to avoid both the severe lightning and the EF5 tornadoes from affecting you. Right now, there are currently 15 confirmed EF5 tornadoes touching the ground. If you go outside, you are putting your life in extreme danger as lots of many powerful thunderstorms and tornadoes are destroying an alarming amount of homes and buildings every minute. It unknown why the storm has had the sudden power increasement. Within the past 15 hours. The storm literally had no senseful signs of occurring. It just came to attack without any warnings or signs. The storm is expected to last until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Stay tuned to local outlets for further information on this dangerous situation. We really need to do something about the storm.
Okay, well, what can we do?
Well, I don't know, figure it out.
Why would you think I would do all of the work for you?
Well, why should I help? No matter how hard I work, you're the only one that tells me to work harder when I am sweating my ass off all day just to inform the public about future weather patterns. It sure looks like you know what you're doing.
Ah yes, sitting in front of a fucking screen makes me so fucking tired and sweaty.
Well, you.
Oh my god, you both are arguing again. That's it, I can't do this. You both are fired.
Thanks a lot, you got me fired.
I did not do shit. You just never agree with anything I say at all.
Flash flood warning. A confirmed flash flood warning is expected to strike for the entire state of Colorado. Seek shelter now. I repeat, Seek shelter now. The National Weather Service has issued a flash flood warning for the whole state of Colorado. A confirmed flash flood is expected to strike at the whole state of Colorado within the next hour. The flood is expected to reach approximately 24 to 36 inches of rain flooding. Find an underground shelter as there is approximately 17 EF5 tornadoes on the ground right now. Make sure that water cannot seep through an entrance door or a damaged part of your underground shelter. If you don't have an available underground shelter that will protect you, you are at great risk of getting injured or killed by this monster of a behemoth of a storm. If you are within 10 kilometers of a tornado, get ready to die. Going without a shelter is non-negotiable. Right now, the EF5 tornadoes have wind gusts of 304 miles per hour. It is unknown how this storm became so powerful all of a sudden, considering how this has not happened for centuries. Sheltering in place is the only way for certain survival. Stay tuned to local outlets for further information on this dangerous event.
Well, this one is a knocker. Step in on the dance and I does my dance. Everything scatter. Right? Right? Come cross. Right now, man, active. Start with the game like a bandit. Me bring the flame like a matches. Test me now. Cut out the slackness. Active style and pattern. That's how my day. Active. 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 One live life massive. Talking up and off the brandish. Touch road and hold the world hostage. When I start the bumper clad mash pit. When we step out to a place get active.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States federal government and the National Weather Service. The storm has now spread all throughout the western side of the United States of America. Right now at least 35 EF5 tornadoes have been spotted all across the western side of the United States. It is unknown how the storm got very powerful, despite an EF5 not happening within 10 years. Right now, at least 400,000 residents of the United States have been killed by one of the supernatural disasters. The tornado's wind gusts are at a speed of 368 miles per hour. Because of this, everybody who has not sought an underground shelter has died due to the unrecorded weather activity in the western side of the United States. A projector has been found on the internet saying that anyone who goes outside will have a 90% chances of being affected by the supermassive storm. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This storm can literally kill anyone who goes outside. A storm like this has never ever been recorded since the history of mankind. If you are not in your shelter, you will have a 90% chance of being injured or dying by one of these disasters. Because of everything that is going on right now, It is unlikely that the storm will be ending at 11:07 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. According to multiple projectors, this will be lasting for a full week at the minimum. This means it can last for multiple weeks if it is powerful enough. Stay tuned to local outlets for further details of this dangerous event.
Clocks on the east side, bad bitch on each side, big splits chillin' on the beach side.
This is the NWS, sharing the database about the storm right now. The storm has terrorized most of the integrity of the western United States. At least 15% of houses across the United States have been completely obliterated by the storm. It is also speculated that the storm will not be lasting until 11:07 a.m. It will be lasting for at least 1 week or more. Anyone who has not sought an underground shelter has died due to the unrecorded activity of the weather. The total amount of deaths caused by the storm is approximately 400,000 deaths. And approximately 1.2 million injuries have been also caused by the storm too. It is also not known how a storm like that can harvest such a huge amount of power, considering that the last EF5 tornado that struck back in the year 2013 could not even compare to this absolute monster of a storm. An event like this, or as bad this, has never happened since the beginning of humanity. But we are still trying to find out how this storm is still building up power and energy. If we don't do anything to stop this event from spreading any further, this could spread over the whole country or maybe even the whole continent. We are trying our best to devise a plan to try and stop this event from spreading any further. It has already spread out far enough as it is. We cannot let it spread any further than here. We will try every possible method to try and stop the storm. Though that might not be possible if this storm continues to get stronger. The tornado is now having very powerful wind gusts traveling at a speed of almost 400 miles per hour, and lightning is now powerful enough to kill 2,100 humans in one bolt. And the flash flood is approximately 70 to 84 inches in Colorado. No flash flood is present to any other states. That's all the info we have for now. We will continue to serve the entire affected areas with projector-based information. Please stay safe. This is David, an executive at the National Weather Service Station. Signing off for now.
following message is transmitted at the request of the United States federal government and the National Weather Service Administration. A new natural disaster has been found to potentially happen all throughout the affected areas by the storm. About right now, it has been found that there is a potential that there will be a massive blizzard. The blizzard is expected to reach at least approximately 56-64 inches of snow. It is almost going to be impossible to travel to any destination you would be attempting to arrive at. Avoid traveling at all costs if you can. As in previous blizzard occurrences, there have been incidents of people being stranded in the middle of nowhere and the weather victims eventually die due to lack of survival resources. Do not go outside at all due to all the unusual weather conditions striking the western United States. Go into an underground shelter to have highest chances of surviving all of this madness. When you are ready to shelter in place, bring food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a cell phone, batteries, and a battery-powered radio for your shelter stay. It is unknown how long this blizzard, or this entire megastorm will last for, but we will continue coming up with information and share it publicly. Stay tuned to local outlets for further updates of this highly dangerous situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States federal government, and the National Weather Service. This storm has reached the whole integrity of the United States. The entire United States has lost 15% of its original population at 300 million residents. Most of the local homes that the United States has been completely obliterated by this monster storm. There is still no known way of how this storm is breaking the laws of physics. This storm is not normal. It is unknown what is making this storm exceed every natural disaster records in the history of mankind. The National Weather Service is currently trying to figure out a way the storm could be gaining so much power and atmospheric energy. If we manage to gather info about the storm, we might even find a way to stop this situation completely. Do not worry everybody, we will continue bringing every bit of new information to public. And we will certainly not stop trying until we accomplish to destroy this big behemoth of a storm. Although the storm is traveling at a speed of 510 miles per hour now. And blizzard is currently at 85 inches. And flood is at 78 inches. No regular drain will stop this flood from spreading any further. A group initiated by the National Weather Service will try their best to install a big drain and try to resolve this terrible situation. Even though the situation spreaded so quickly, it would take longer for the tornado to arrive to your location as it has to travel hours to get to one side of the country to the other. If you have not been able to find a shelter, seek in the nearest ditch that is at least 10 meters deep. Doing so will increase your chance of survival to 70%. Stock up on food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a cell phone, batteries, and a battery-powered radio for your shelter stay. You will be safe to exit your shelter when the all-clear is given. We will continue to serve the whole nation with new and fresh information, obtained by the National Weather Service when it becomes available. Stay tuned to local outlets for further updates of this highly dangerous and horrifying situation. Event type is abnormal weather. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Canadian federal government. A massive storm that is currently taking place in the entire nation of the United States has reached in Canada just a few minutes ago. The following provinces should stock up on essential supplies such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a cell phone, batteries, and a battery-powered radio to last you for at least 14 days. The affected areas right now are currently Manitoba and Ontario. This applies for the entirety for these provinces. Anyone in Manitoba and Ontario should seek stock up and shelter immediately. Do not go outside for any reason. There are currently 4 tornadoes traveling at a speed of at least 584 miles per hour. And thunderstorms that are capable of killing 400 people in one bolt. Because of this, do not wait. Waiting will probably ruin your chances of survival. Even if it's only for 10 minutes. Keep in mind that this is not a storm that is even remotely normal. So seek an underground shelter immediately. I repeat, seek shelter immediately.
Le type d'événement est une météo anormale. Le message suivant est transmis à la demande du gouvernement canadien. Une tempête massive qui se déroule actuellement dans l'ensemble du pays des États-Unis a atteint le Canada il y a quelques minutes à peine. Les résidents des provinces suivantes doivent s'approvisionner immédiatement en fournitures essentielles. Ces fournitures comprennent de la nourriture, de l'eau, des vêtements, des fournitures médicales, un téléphone portable, des piles et une radio à pile pour une durée d'au moins 14 jours. À l'heure actuelle, les régions touchées sont le Manitoba et l'Ontario. Cela s'applique à l'ensemble des provinces mentionnées précédemment. Ne sortez pas, même pour une bonne raison. Il y a actuellement 4 tornades au Canada qui se déplacent à une vitesse d'au moins 584 000 à l'heure. Et un orage qui est capable de tuer 400 personnes d'un seul coup. Sortir vous donnera 90% de chances de mourir. Pour cette raison, n'attendez pas. Attendre, ne serait-ce que 10 minutes, ruinera probablement vos chances de survie. Attendre, ne serait-ce que 10 minutes, ruinera probablement vos chances de survie. Gardez à l'esprit qu'il ne s'agit pas d'une tempête qui est même proche de la normale. Gardez à l'esprit qu'il ne s'agit pas d'une tempête qui est même proche de la normale. Cherchez donc immédiatement un abri souterrain. Cherchez donc immédiatement un abri souterrain. Je le répète, cherchez immédiatement un abri souterrain.
Por favor, escuche el contenido de este mensaje. En este momento, hay una tormenta que se está extendiendo rápidamente por todo el continente norteamericano. Cette tempête a détruit environ 17% dell'integrité du Mexique. Et la tempête a détruit environ 21,4% dell'ensemble du continente nordamericain. Esta tormenta tiene tornados que tienen ráfagas de viento que viajan a 641 mph. Y hay una poderosa tormenta que es capaz de provocar un incendio forestal. Se desconoce cómo esta tormenta está generando tanta energía. En este momento, busca un refugio subterráneo y abastece de suministros esenciales que te duren al menos 14 días. Recuerde estar siempre atento cuando esté en peligro inmediato. Estén atentos a futuras actualizaciones sobre esta tormenta.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. A dangerous radiological event is currently striking in the entire nation of the United States. The storm that is currently terrorizing the entire North American continent has made thousands of power plants explode everywhere. The entire North American continent is barren in hazardous materials. Anyone does not shelter within 5 minutes will await a slow, painful, and certain death. In 5 minutes, the toxic fumes from the exploded power plants are currently rapidly spreading across North America. This will cause all metal to be hazardous and dangerous to touch. Bring a gas mask with you if you have not already. If you are in the state of Illinois, you will await certain death. No underground shelter or gas mask will save you from this dangerous event. Keep in mind that all businesses and essential stores have closed due to the storm. So limit the intake of food or water you intake per day. Let your supplies last you for at least 14 days and do not use your supplies rapidly. Always be aware if you are in danger, as there is no medical support that can save you if you are injured. Stay tuned to local outlets for further details of this highly dangerous storm.
This is the National Weather Service serving the entire United States with projector-based crucial and disturbing information about an ongoing gargantuan of storm that is currently taking place in the entire continent of North America. Just about half an hour ago, millions of power plants have struck all across America, and now the outside environment is in ruins. But my God, I have never seen storms so goddamn powerful like this. I mean, the last time I saw the outside environment, the sky was literally completely dark even in the middle of the day. I don't even know what is making God so mad, making him cause a storm with an endless amount of energy and power. And everywhere was trashed out with buildings, home, windmills, basically everything. Anyways, this giant storm has terrifyingly killed approximately 57 million people and has brutally injured 120 million other people. There are currently 5 supernatural disasters currently taking place in the entire continent of North America. Anyone who has not sheltered until now has died due to either the storm or the amount of radioactive toxic waste that is being spread around across the United States. This also has caused 6 volcanoes to erupt in Vancouver. Anyone that has very little amount of supplies left is advised to not use any more of the supplies, as this storm will be lasting for at least 2 weeks. The North American continent will be irreparable by then. Everything from the outside environment will be destroyed. So do not exit your shelter right after the storm ends. The NWS is currently trying to devise a plan to hopefully stop all the supernatural disasters that is terrorizing all parts of the North American continent. If the plan ends up not working, the National Weather Service will continue finding other plans to cease the storm as soon as possible before it is too late to recover everything that the storm has done. But for right now, we just need to stay optimistic and hope that the plan works, from ending the entire continent. The storm has been running for 2 days and has terrorized nearly the entirety of the integrity of the North American continent. We will continue sharing information out to the public when it becomes available. This is Eric, an NWS executive, signing off for now.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the National Weather Service. If you don't obtain a gas mask within the next 10 minutes, you will die of lung failure. The toxic chemicals caused by the explosion of millions of nuclear power plants have caused the Midwest United States to be completely invaded with radioactive toxic chemicals to dangerously spread a lot of the toxic chemicals to the Midwest. Anyone in Midwest should obtain a gas mask to ensure your survival. If you don't have a gas mask, you will die of lung failure even if you are underground, as the toxic chemicals could seep through your underground shelter entrance and reach to you no matter how thick your entrance door is. This will apply for the entirety of the Midwest within the next 10 minutes, as the radioactive chemicals are traveling rapidly just like the storm is. It is unknown if this will spread over the continent as well. But we hope that it doesn't. This radiological event is expected to last for at least 7 days. Stay tuned for more information on this highly dangerous situation. This is an official live message from the National Weather Service. Staying tuned into this message is completely optional. We sincerely appreciate the ones that choose to stay and pay attention to this message. Anyways, we have currently came up with a plan to try and resolve the current situation with unusual sized storm that has been causing havoc all across North America. This project is going to take a while to complete, but this has a high chance of ceasing the storm from causing any further damages that may potentially be caused by this gargantuan-sized storm. If this storm doesn't get resolved within a month, we are going to have to declare surrender. We just have to pray and hope this will not happen. Even though we can't guarantee a 100% chance of saving North America, we still need to stay optimistic and positive that this will not be the case. This project has about a 65% chance of fully resolving this supernatural event. so those who are still alive are likely to survive this event. To resolve this horrible event, we are going to build a weather neutralizer to make sure that nothing like this will ever happen again. It is going to take us 2 weeks at the minimum to build the weather neutralizer. However, if it takes longer than a month to build, we will have to declare surrender and succumb to the elements of the supernatural storm. But let's hope this doesn't happen. Because us humans have done so many incredible stuff over the past millions of years, and we are throwing this all away if we let this storm destroy everything. Although it is unknown why this is not spreading into South America. Usually the storm spreads rapidly. But the storm has not even made one movement out of North America since it has reached all of North America. Anyways, the case counter of the storm has reached 100 million deaths and 180 million injuries. The tornado now has wind gusts of 817 miles per hour. The severe thunderstorm is the cause of 500,000 deaths. And the flood is approximately 104 inches tall and has drowned 20 million people. This how powerful the storm really is. Our workers have been taking this storm lightly, and this has let the storm spread rapidly all across America. But like we said earlier, it is unknown how the storm generates so much power and energy but also doesn't spread into South America. Anyways, because of how powerful the storm is getting, stay indoors at all times until the all clear is given by the proper authorities. Going outside will give you a 95% mortality rate. That is all the info we have for now. Thank you for tuning in for this message.
An air pollution event is currently taking place in the entirety of the United States. If you don't obtain a gas mask, you will die. I repeat, if you don't obtain a gas mask, you will die.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The storm is still continuing to terrorize lots of buildings, towers, homes, trees, and many more government-issued property. We still have no idea how the storm is lasting for such a long time and not making one single sign of stopping anytime soon. It is also unknown how the storm is not spreading into South America either. For such a powerful storm, this storm should have spread into South America, but for some reason, the storm hasn't even affected North one bit. We have not gotten an update about how things are going on at the National Weather Service. We don't know if they are doing great or if they are doing bad. We will try to get in touch with the National Weather Service to see if how well they are doing with the storm neutralizer. God, I hope they are doing great with building the storm neutralizer. They are just a bunch of idiots if they don't succeed in solving out the situation. THA are expected to respond within the next couple of hours from now. The tornado has officially hit 1,000 miles per hour around 20 minutes ago. Along with toxic fumes from the explosions of millions of power plants that intoxicated the air, has killed more than 400,000 people. In total, this storm has killed 231 million people and had injured 310 million. However, no deaths have been seen or reported within the last 30 minutes, which is highly unusual. Since nothing from the National Weather Service has been sent out, stay calm at this time as literally anything can happen. This an official message from the National Weather Service station giving out further updates about the storm and the progress we are making within making this weather neutralizer. So far, we are doing great in making the storm neutralizer and we are expecting to make it within the 2 weeks. The storm neutralizer has lots of things required for this to work. However, it does not have all the things required for the storm neutralizer to work. But it will take a very little amount of time to get all the right parts for the storm neutralizer. It is unknown when we will finish this project, but we are expected to finish within 2 weeks. Keep in mind, if this plan does not work, we will have to surrender and succumb to this gargantuan-sized storm. This storm neutralizer has an 85% chance of succeeding. So the chances are pretty high to say the least. About the storm has terraced many buildings, homes, fields, you name it. But for some reason this storm has not spread it into South America. And the storm has also appeared to grow a bit slower. So it is expected that the storm has nearly reached its limits. But even though the storm is about to reach its peak, we are still going to work on this storm neutralizer to stop the storm even faster because this storm could also last for months or even years. By then, North America will be trashed out. Right now, only 400 injuries have been reported over the last 4 hours. It is unknown how the storm has not killed more since this storm could kill 47,000 people every minute. The kill counter and the injury counter right now stays the same. But like we said, we are running out of time, this message will have to come to an end here. We apologize for the silence for 2 weeks. This is just a message saying that we are making progress. Regular programming may now resume. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Defense Force. Multiple bombs and highly explosive weapons, including the B-83s, which is the most powerful bomb in the United States, have exploded due to the intense amount of EF5 tornadoes and the intense amount of harmful radiation from the exploded power plants. This has caused for the entire state of Virginia and West Virginia to explode entirely. The states of Virginia and West Virginia is completely uninhabitable. It will take hundreds, or even thousands of years for either one of these states to even have one type of life form to be able to live in these states safely. However, for the other states in the United States, all the other states are experiencing heavy air pollution due to the radioactive chemicals from the explosions of the power plants and the nuclear weapons and explosives. Because of this, almost 100,000 people died when the explosion took place. And another 410,000 got injured by the explosions of the nuclear weapons. The entire continent of North America will stay inoperable for years or maybe even decades. Mexico, Canada, and all the other countries in North America have been destroyed due to this highly radioactive and gigantic-sized storm. This has delayed the project that the National Weather Service was working on, and thus, giving us a higher chance of seeing this glorious continent end. Because of these explosions, the chances of the National Weather Service's plan on making the storm neutralizer of actually working is now at 65% instead of the original chances at 85%. Now the continent has a 35% chance of ending. This storm has made 100,000 nuclear bombs explode in the United States. Some nuclear bombs from Canada, Guatemala, Panama, and every other country in North America have exploded due to the storm as well. In total, 700,000 people died from the explosions. Right now, only 200 million people in the North American continent are alive and healthy. We have approximately 1 week and 5 days before we can declare surrender. Just in case we declare surrender, gather all of your loved ones and brace for a possible end. But we hope that doesn't happen.
But keep in mind we don't have a lot of time left.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service station in the United States government. This message is being broadcasted for informational reasons. The National Weather Service is currently still working on the storm neutralizer, and is about 90% done. This is one and only plan that the National Weather Service will work on to try and stop this event. Almost all the parts required are built, and it will take approximately only 4 days to make the storm neutralizer. Since the storm has not gained any more power for the past week and a half, this will give the storm neutralizer a higher chance of creating effects towards the storm. The chances of the storm neutralizer working is now at 90%. So there's a very high chance we could save North America. However, like I said earlier, if this plan ends up not working, North America will be gone and not as glorious as it was before. Keep in mind, it will be too late to stop the storm within the next week. For more information, check out www.nationalweatherservice/projectupdates.com. Stay tuned to local outlets for further updates about this highly dangerous event.
Looks like we are finally done with the whole storm neutralizer. But let's double.
Okay. Sure. No errors found. Ready to launch.
Initiate project 24ZVC in T-10 seconds. Yes,
Oh,
thank you
my
God.
God, let's go.
There are no more
There are
Continental
now
destroying
no more giant
motherfuckers anymore.
destroying this
We
glorious
deserve a massive
continent.
lunch break.
Come on now.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service and the United States government. All clear. I repeat, all clear. The plan of the storm neutralizer has officially worked. The storm has completely faded away after 3 terrifying weeks. All people that still have a home are free to exit their shelters. But for the people that don't, stay in your shelter for another 48 hours. There is still flooding for the entire United States, excluding Hawaii. Hawaii was completely untouched by the storm due to the distance from the entire country and the storm. The flood is expected to fully drain within the next 48 hours. If you guys still have a home, you can enter your home. However, please, never forget about this event. This was marked to be the worst event in history. In aftermath, this storm alone has killed 350 million people and injured 424 million people. Approximately 120 million people have been untouched by this gargantuan-sized storm. Don't worry, we can all move on considering the amount of people that died. With the storm neutralizer, weather patterns will almost certainly become way more stable from now on. We now resume regular channel programming.